The speech was about the mathematically lossless codec for video compression called FFV1. And the big thing about it is that it's mathematically lossless. And the majority of moving image today's, even in broadcasting and production, is compressed with loss inside the camera already. And that's not good for preservation. And there's, like for example, that camera very likely already produces a lossy format. So you lose while you capture. And FFV1 tries to compensate that.
Could you explain to us why FFV1 is different?
There are many properties that make it different. The first thing is that, as I said, the majority of video codecs are in the wild are lossy. That's one thing. And the other thing is that it originated in the open source free software world. So a developer came up with, there's an interesting challenge on a mathematical way, and he just hacked together a solution that's FFV1. And the National Audio Video Archive, the Austrian Mediathek that I work for, we picked it up from the street and we kind of spoon-fed it and said hello, and we improved it. So the difference to how this happens usually is you have a company saying, we have something for you, and there's licensing and there's patents and whatever, and FFV1 was just there, freely accessible for everyone to use.
So in your speech you also talked about licensing, and I just wanted to ask why it is important, why licensing is important.
Since we're dealing with long-term preservation here, so the question is, how do you make the content survive and be accessible for forever plus one day, basically? And we don't know how. So you would have to look into the future. You need a crystal ball, and you go like, what will be in the future? What formats do we have? Things like stuff written, carved in stone, doesn't work like this anymore. With digital stuff, it's complex. And now the license plays a role by defining that the actual program that produces, that reads and writes these files, so you can create them and view them again, or transcode them to something in the future. If that license is free software, so it allows you to use, study, share, and improve it just by the law, then you can archive the source code with your content. And that gives you it's like archiving your replayer and the schematics and components to build it virtually, because that's what software is, it's texts. And the license allows you to do that, which makes the format virtually indestructible.
And the last question is, what, in your opinion, will media archives have to look like in 2020? Will it still be the same, or will there be any differences?
Oh, I was all in for like the hoverboards and flying cars, but I don't think we will have them in 2020. I think what needs to change is that due to things getting digital, they already became digital really rapidly, or practically overnight. You need more people with IT know-how, and not just how to set up your computer, but really like tech guys in the archives. So you've got the historical archivists, like they know about the content, very important. And now you need more of the tech guys and inside the archives, so they can actually preserve the digital data.